No IELTS? No problem. Alberta's new English test option could fast-track your immigration. Welcome back to Canada Chronicles. If you've been feeling stuck because of language test requirements like IELTS or CELPIP, Alberta might have just opened the door you've been waiting for. A major update in 2025 could completely change the way you approach your immigration journey, and it starts with a new English test option that's faster, more accessible, and already making a real impact for skilled workers around the world. In today's video, we're breaking down everything you need to know about Alberta's decision to accept the Pearson Test of English Core, or PTE Core, for immigration. We'll explain why this matters, how it could fast-track your application, and who stands to benefit the most. And if you're wondering whether to stick with IELTS or switch to PTE Core, stay with us. We'll compare both tests and help you decide which one gives you the upper hand in 2025. Make sure to watch all the way through for the full breakdown, especially our final segment. PTE Core versus IELTS in 2025. Which test gives you the immigration advantage? It might just save you weeks of time, unnecessary costs, and retakes. If you find this content helpful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on Canadian immigration. Let's get started. The language test barrier that's been holding immigrants back. For thousands of qualified immigrants each year, the path to Canada is blocked not by a lack of skills or work experience, but by the language testing requirement. For years, the options were limited. IELTS General Training or, for those applying from inside Canada, the CELPIP General. These tests are mandatory because language ability plays a central role in Canada's immigration selection system. It affects your eligibility, your points, and how quickly your application is processed. But many candidates have struggled with access. In some countries, test centers are fully booked for months. Others are forced to travel long distances just to sit for the exam. And even when they do, some fall short by a small margin, leading to costly retakes and delays. In 2025, Alberta stepped up with a solution. The province has officially recognized the PTE Core for immigration through the Alberta Advantage Immigration Program. This move, announced as part of Alberta's latest immigration changes, is opening the door for a wider range of applicants who previously faced unnecessary roadblocks. What is the PTE Core and why it's a big deal? The Pearson Test of English Core is a modern, computer-based English proficiency test developed by Pearson. Unlike traditional paper-based or hybrid formats, PTE Core is fully digital. Test takers complete every component on a computer, including speaking, which is recorded and scored by advanced AI. It covers the 4 essential skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking, but what sets it apart is its speed and consistency. Results are usually ready within 48 hours. There's no waiting for human examiners to mark speaking or writing sections, and the automated system eliminates the kind of subjectivity that many candidates find frustrating with older tests. For applicants, this means a faster, more predictable experience. For immigration systems, it means better efficiency and more diverse applicant access. Why Alberta was the first to make the move in 2025? Alberta's decision to accept the PTE Core wasn't random, it was strategic. The province continues to face labor shortages in key areas. Employers across Alberta are looking for skilled workers in industries like healthcare, construction, information technology, agriculture, hospitality, and transportation. These sectors depend heavily on both temporary foreign workers and permanent residents to stay operational. Rather than wait for the backlog of IELTS appointments to ease, Alberta introduced a solution. Accepting the PTE Core allows more qualified workers to meet language requirements sooner. It also gives Alberta an edge in attracting talent ahead of other provinces. By adopting a faster and more accessible test, Alberta positions itself as one of the most immigrant-friendly destinations in Canada. It signals that the province is serious about reducing delays and making immigration more efficient for skilled workers. Which Alberta immigration streams accept PTE Core? This change applies across Alberta's major provincial immigration programs. The Alberta Opportunity Stream, which supports workers already employed in the province, now accepts PTE Core scores. So does the Rural Renewal Stream, which encourages immigration to smaller towns and remote communities that need labor support. The Accelerated Tech Pathway, designed to attract skilled technology professionals with Alberta-based job offers, also recognizes PTE Core. And the Healthcare Pathway, which targets medical professionals like nurses, physicians, and allied health workers, now allows applicants to meet language requirements using this test. Each stream follows the Canadian Language Benchmark System, and Alberta has updated its score equivalency tables to include PTE Core. That means applicants can now use PTE Core scores to prove their language ability across the board. How much do you need to score? To qualify for most Alberta immigration programs, PTE Core scores need to meet specific Canadian language benchmark levels. The requirements vary depending on the stream, but in most cases, you'll need to reach CLB 4 to 7. For example, if you're applying as a federal skilled worker or through a high-demand stream like Alberta's tech or healthcare programs, a CLB 7 is typically expected. That translates to a score of roughly 60 out of 90 on each section of the PTE Core. Those aiming for higher points under express entry may aim for CLB 9 or above, which usually means achieving scores of 80 or more. Why more applicants prefer PTE Core? The feedback from early PTE Core test takers has been overwhelmingly positive. Because the test is entirely AI scored, candidates appreciate the consistency. There's no guessing how a human examiner might judge their accent or structure in writing. The fast turnaround is another major advantage. Instead of waiting up to a week or more for IELTS or CELPIP results, PTE Core gives most candidates their scores in just 2 days. That speed matters. It means applicants can submit their immigration forms faster, respond to employer timelines more confidently, and plan their move to Canada without long delays. The test also feels more modern. Instead of an interview room with an examiner, speaking is done into a microphone. Reading and writing sections are completed on-screen, using technology that reflects how most people work and communicate today. Who stands to benefit the most? This shift benefits a wide range of applicants. People in countries where IELTS is hard to access can now test sooner. Skilled workers already in Alberta on temporary permits can use PTE Core to transition faster into permanent residency. Tech professionals, healthcare workers, tradespeople, and entrepreneurs who have received job offers from Alberta employers can all move forward without the language testing delays that have held back so many in the past. Younger applicants who are more digitally fluent also find PTE Core less intimidating. And for those who have repeatedly failed one module of IELTS, often the writing or speaking component, PTE Core offers a fairer alternative that still meets the Government of Canada's requirements. Real-world example. From delay to fast track. Let's say you're a qualified medical technician from Nigeria. You've received a job offer from a healthcare center in a small town in Alberta. Under the old system, you might wait weeks for an IELTS slot, sit the test, wait another week for results, and face more delays if one score falls short. Now, with PTE Core accepted, you could schedule your test within days, receive your results within 48 hours, and apply almost immediately through the Alberta Advantage Immigration Program. The time savings could fast-track your provincial nomination and even accelerate your permanent residency process. Thanks for staying with us this far. We appreciate your time and hope you're finding this information valuable. Let's now shift to a key question many of you are asking. PTE Core versus IELTS in 2025. Which test gives you the immigration advantage? Now that both PTE Core and IELTS are approved by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada and fully recognized by the province of Alberta, applicants have a choice, but which is the smarter one? In terms of format, PTE Core is fully digital, with no human examiner involved. Speaking is recorded and analyzed by AI, which many test takers say feels less stressful and more consistent. IELTS still relies on a live examiner for speaking and human scoring for writing, which introduces variability. When it comes to timing, PTE Core clearly leads. Most test takers get their results within 48 hours. IELTS typically takes 3 to 5 days, and in some regions, delays can stretch even longer. PTE Core also has a growing presence globally. Pearson has expanded its test center network in countries where IELTS access is limited, such as India, Kenya, and Bangladesh. That means shorter waits and better scheduling flexibility. Cost-wise, PTE Core is often slightly cheaper, depending on your country. But more importantly, its consistency reduces the chance of retakes, saving applicants time and money. So, who should choose what? If you're applying through Alberta and want the fastest, most convenient option with less subjective scoring, PTE Core may be the better fit. If you're more familiar with IELTS and have already prepared for it, that route may still work, but PTE Core is quickly becoming the preferred test for a new generation of immigrants. In 2025, PTE Core is no longer just an alternative. It's an advantage. So there you have it, Alberta is setting the pace in 2025, and accepting the PTE Core is opening up real opportunities for immigrants around the world. Whether you're a skilled worker applying from overseas or already living and working in Alberta, this update can help you move forward with less hassle, more speed, and more confidence. And if you're still deciding between IELTS and PTE Core, remember this. The right choice could help you avoid retakes, meet your deadlines, and get to Canada faster. If today's video gave you clarity or direction, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear where you're applying from and what test you're planning to take. Thanks for watching Canada Chronicles, your source for real, timely immigration updates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you're the first to know when the next big update drops. We've got more helpful content on the way. See you in the next video.